So, what actually is the conscious mind? We have these two sections to our mind, if you like. We have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is where all of our hardwired programs, our memories, our habits, our beliefs are programmed into our mind. We're going to save that for another time. We're here to talk about the conscious mind and what it actually is. Essentially, if you used to look at your typical view of a brain, you would see this grey matter. This is the prefrontal cortex. This is the grey, shiny, silvery section to the brain, which is made up of millions and millions of neurons. And it is this part of the brain which the humans have, which is different to all other animals. Every animal has this conscious mind, this prefrontal cortex, but when you look at the density and the thickness and the mass of it in other creatures, it's far, far smaller. And because of this, they have far less conscious awareness and their ability to analyze things than we do. So the fact that we have, especially for our size of body, a prefrontal cortex which is so big, this allows us to do such magnificent things. This is the part of the mind which allows us to analyze things, to daydream, to create and come up with ideas. It's where when we see something in the world in front of us, where we actually first start to store the short-term memories of this experience before it then passes down into the hippocampus and the amygdala. So the prefrontal cortex essentially is the crowning glory of all humans. This is what separates us. This can be our greatest weapon, yet sometimes it can also be the thing which leaves people struggling, because it has this ability, or we have this ability to use this prefrontal cortex in such a way that we can imagine things. We can imagine great things from the past, we can imagine fantastic things in the future. However, we can also, using this prefrontal cortex, this conscious mind, we can also use it to remember things from the past. We can also future predict events about tomorrow, perhaps go and give a presentation or go into a job interview, and you can start to catastrophize and make up all of these scenarios which are really not true. And when we lose control over the conscious mind through our subconscious habits and beliefs and programming, we can lose control of it, and it can actually start to be something which hinders us. So this is why we have our neuroscience technology, because this enables you to get control over your conscious mind. It enables you to close the analytical side of it down and to allow it to focus on creating new powerful states. So when you start to experience something new, you are doing this through your five senses: what you can see, what you can hear, what you can feel, what you can taste, and what you can smell. And this information is coming flooding in to our brain, to the subconscious parts of our brain, and it is then interpreting it. And momentarily these neurons are starting to form and connect, looking for pieces of information that you can relate to, so you can create some form of meaning. So that every time, for example, when you walk into a building and you see a door handle, you know that this door handle is going to function in the same way that all the other door handles do. So you consciously will see this door handle, and then you'll know to press it down. As opposed to not understanding what to do with it and pulling it up or pulling it towards you, for example. So whenever we start to do something, these wires, these neurons inside of our mind, the axons and the dendrites, they start to sizzle. The electricity and the energy starts to flow to this part of the brain. If we was to step out into an amazing meadow or a fantastic forest, and we would be taking in all of these amazing sounds, the pictures, the feelings that you get of walking on this crunching ground, and the smell of these amazing flowers, and the sights of the water just trickling down through the river, and the amazing beautiful flowers that you can see. And all of this starts to flood in through our sensory system, and then we create our awareness, our experience of life. So the conscious mind, in a nutshell, is is what helps us to gain this level of awareness, if you like. And often we humans think that we're very conscious and very aware. However, unfortunately, we are not. It's estimated that only 5% of our waking time is consciously under our control. 95% is our subconscious habits, thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and programmings. So if you really want to get control of your mind, you want to become more conscious, you want to become more aware of exactly what you're doing in every given moment. Because the only moment which ever exists is now. You can think all you like about the past and all you like about the future. However, what is truly existing right here, right now, is this conscious experience. What I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, the sounds of my own voice, what I can see in this room, the feelings that I'm feeling right now. This is what we really experience consciously. And when you learn to get greater control over your conscious mind, life can really take off for you.